Tommy's down there getting situated with the three of us. Okay, we started using 3 buggies now on these projects. In this heat, we get the concrete on the ground real fast. It has made a big difference. Just gives us a little bit more time to get the concrete work. Okay, these are the chairs we're using today. So not through the center, but on the outskirts. I like putting them underneath the wire. Sometimes if we're too high, just give them a little stomp. Now concrete will get underneath there real easy. It's hard to get all this wire mesh up during the pour. Now concrete will get under there. It'll be doing its job. Okay, I have chairs up there. We'll just have a pile. As the mats come back, we'll put them in. Okay, I'll set you up on the hillside and you can watch the show. Like I talked earlier, up on chairs around the perimeter sill. We should be ready to go shortly. Okay, here we go. Concrete is coming in. And like I mentioned, 3 buggies. Look how fast they're moving at. They carry about 3 wheelbarrows of concrete. So when they dump it on the ground, you really get a good area covered quickly. And with 3 of them moving, this patio is about 13 yards of concrete. And we have it all poured, I would say under 30 minutes. We have that all poured. And we have number 2 truck sitting right there. You can see it in the background. And he's mixing up. So we'll do a switch. And we even do a blend. Once we get close to the end of the number 1 truck, we start feeding off of the number 2 truck. So as I'm straight edging, now I'm into a blend of 1 and 2 truck blended together. In case there's a slight variation in the color, even though we use the same recipe in both trucks, you can get a slight color variation. So if you blend that over the course of 3, 4, 5 feet, blend it, nobody will ever say a word about it. It'll be unnoticeable. If you have to pour a straight line and you do a switch with the truck, now chances are you're going to see a slight color variation there, and we just try to avoid that. I had mentioned very hot out. We're pushing about 100 degrees this time of year. Very early in the morning, we start pouring sometimes about 6:30, quarter to 7 a.m. and starting at 80 degrees. Come 10 o'clock, we're pushing 90s, and the humidity is getting up there also. So as you notice, we just finished pouring. Guys are on cleanup. A couple of guys get on edging the border right away. That's how fast this concrete's setting. And I like to say this because I feel these videos are to help other people pour concrete. If you haven't done stamped and you're looking at our videos trying to see if you could handle a project, just notice how everybody is doing their job. There's no stopping and waiting. If you think it's ready to go, it's time to push forward and get that concrete done. Everybody says how fast I work and push the crew. And my reply is always, concrete sets the pace, not me. To do this patio in 2 pours with a form down the middle, I just think it takes away from the project. I like one continued slab, and then we'll follow it up with saw cuts for our crack protection. So now the concrete's been on the ground about 20 minutes, and we're already on it on knee boards. And notice we started where we finished pouring the concrete. So the first truck laid on the ground a little bit longer because it was cooler when we were pouring. Number 2 truck had the concrete in its drum longer, built up more heat, a couple degrees warmer, even though it was just 30 minutes or 20 minutes. Just a little bit matters. So we started finishing at the end of the pour, not the beginning of the pour, and here we are stamping at the end of the pour, working towards the beginning. So that all those variables, you just have to pay attention to the slab on the ground, where to start, and get started as soon as you can. I can't stress that enough. So this job, we have a border going around it, and notice we have our floppies laying on the border to protect it, as our main stamp just lays across the top. We don't stamp that in, we just lay it across the floppies, then pick it up. Then I have a couple of guys coming through, Elliot there on the left, Andrew straight ahead, working those heavy stones. They'll pick them up, give them a quarter turn so we don't repeat the pattern. In case we get a mortar joint line in from our main stamp, those guys can touch it up and take care of that for us. So moving right along, as we're ending the stamp coming off the pad, it's all about speed and timing. You don't want to take these forms off too soon, so leave them on until the concrete is firm and no threat of moving. We got into a problem a couple years ago. It was quite cold out. I pulled the forms too quick and we got a crack in right at our first rebar. Had to rip the entire job out. Now fortunately it wasn't a huge job, but I videoed that whole project just to show things do happen out there. So learn from your mistakes. Don't pull the forms too soon. And everybody makes money. I didn't know what else to say there. So again, push them forward. You'll see the kickers are starting to come off first. A little bit of touch up there on the joints, and everything just gets its, off of the concrete. Here come the step liners, and then washed up into the truck. I hate it when we get a big pile of debris in the people's front yards, in the customers' front yards, and it looks like a bomb went off. It happens, but with this many guys, I have some summer helpers here, very helpful. As we pull it off, they get it to the truck. They organize and get us ready. Did I mention about the French drain? This is a big hillside. If you remember the previous video, this was a 2-story deck that we demoed and got out of there. A lot of water coming down off this hill, so we put a perforated pipe, and I like the solid pipe. I don't really like the black corrugated. It seems to crush pretty easy. Perforated pipe in, and of course we all know the holes go down. That way the water runs around the pipe.
Okay, finally made it back over to this patio. It's been about a week since we poured it. It was real hot. I only wanted to seal it in the morning. In the mornings we were too busy, so I kept putting it off. It's best to let them dry out real good too. So, like I said, it's been about a week. I just went back and checked it. Nice and dry. We had some rain this morning, so delayed it. It's about 12 o'clock now, and not real hot out. So I can get a coat of our sealer on it and wrap this project up. So it's Friday, so I'll tell them 24 hours they can have it. Over the weekend they can start putting furniture on it. That's what you want to see when from your sealer when you dump it in there. I don't, if you noticed whenever I was pouring, it was nice and clear sealer. If it's yellowish, if it's real milky white, bad sealer, don't use it. Get rid of it and get some new stuff. Nice clear sealer. There's some air bubbles in there, that's what you're seeing. But, just wanted to mention that.
Okay, this is one of my favorite parts of the job, applying the sealer. Just look at how it pops the color out and brings this stamp patio to life. Doesn't that look sharp? You can see the border right there with our majestic ashlar stamp.
And there it is, all sealed and drying. Would you like that in your backyard? Give us a call. Okay, one final thing here. If you watched this video from the beginning of this project, you saw we had a lot of material coming out, a lot of material coming in. If you're going to be a future customer, this is what you can expect. Did we do much damage? I think a couple of grass cuttings. You won't even know we were here. Remember the 2-story deck that was here? So just a quick mulch around the perimeter, a little bit of raking. We're not landscapers, we don't do final, but I don't think we leave it as a disaster. Just put the second coat on there. First coat I go one way, second coat I try and go the other way to make sure I don't miss any spots. I try and get down in these grooves, get sealer in there, that way ice, water, salts don't seep into the pores and do damage. Keep it to a minimum. See you on the next one. Okay, the next street over from that project, we poured a driveway. In that same time period, I didn't do any filming over here. I just wanted to focus on that job. Let's do a quick drive-by on it. If I see any reason to stop, I will. But it is right here, and let's just take a quick look at what we did. And again, you can see the dirt work. Looks like the homeowners added a little bit to it, but we put that driveway in, ripped out the street walk here, added this apron pad. All right, they already got it all seated and ready to go. I was trying to talk them into ripping out that apron, but there's really nothing wrong with it other than it's just a little bit older than our new concrete. Okay, that looks nice, all sealed. Just trying to give you an idea. I think we do a lot of work compared to other companies. Maybe you guys do more, maybe you do less, but we do a job like that every single day. We pour either a driveway or a patio. And I was trying to video every single job, and I feel like I wasn't doing a good job. I was missing stuff on the concrete because I'm focusing on the video, and then I wouldn't have watched my videos. I was just getting clips and pieces here and there. Like, I like the video as much as the project, show what we can do, show what's possible, and bring you actual video of the job. So that's my goal, and that's why I'm not filming every single job. It's hard making this and drive at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off and say see you next week. Don't be late.